As a person who has studied and worked in the psychology and mental health field for almost 20 years and who's now working as an astrologer, here's some personality traits that I've noticed in all 12 of the zodiac signs that immediately tell me this person is not healthy, this person is not in their high vibrational state. If you ever meet an Aries who does not physically exercise, does not work out routinely, that is not an Aries in their high vibrational state. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war. They're naturally aggressive. If they're not releasing it in the gym, they will be releasing it in your life. If you ever meet a Taurus who does not have money, who is not beautiful, and who's always engaging in get rich quick schemes, if every week they have a new business idea about how they're gonna get rich, I need you to run away as fast as you can, because that Taurus is not grounded. Taurus is in fact the most grounded zodiac sign in astrology. If you ever meet a Gemini who does not have a bunch of weirdo friends that they love, that nobody gets, but they get and they love them, if Gemini's circle is people who are just like them, run. Gemini is the master of diversity. Nobody is more open-minded than a Gemini. That tells me that Gemini hates themselves. If you ever meet a Cancer who doesn't have a small circle of trusted friends and who does not have certain habits that they keep to keep their mental health together, like certain health and wellness routine habits that they keep, like getting their nails done, getting massages, or they don't take phone calls after 9, just little things throughout the day that keeps them sane. Like having the same breakfast that they like every morning. I need you to run, because that Cancer does not know how to self-soothe. So that means they're gonna put you in the position of the one that receives all of their negativity. Cancer, being ruled by the moon, is naturally going to be emotionally volatile. So their inability to manage that themselves is problematic. If you ever meet a Leo who's not on a stage somewhere, whether it's theater or whether they're a CEO of a company, who doesn't have a lot of eyes on them and who feels like they're nothing in their own life, who feels disempowered, I need you to know that Leo is going to position themselves as the star in your life, which means that the only energy they can give you is robbing you of yours. If you ever meet a Virgo who does not have a good health and wellness routine, a Virgo that is not organized, meaning a Virgo that isn't mindful of their diet, their nutrition, their mental health, their physical exercise, a Virgo that is not a health nut, and a Virgo that doesn't have a routine, a day-to-day routine that allows them to keep those healthy habits in place so they feel mentally sane and stable, that Virgo is not sane. Okay, the only energy they can give you is negativity, because they hate themselves. So they need to project that negativity somewhere, because remember, Virgo's the virgin. So all the things they hate about themselves, they can never see. Also, I would add to that a Virgo who doesn't meditate or see a therapist regularly, because there's so much that goes on in that brain. A healthy Virgo has an outlet for all of that. A Libra who doesn't have love in their life, who doesn't have money in their life, who doesn't have a strong social network in their life is going to be a terror. Libra is the first zodiac sign who is put here on earth to do relationships. So a Libra who doesn't have relationships is highly problematic. Also being ruled by Venus, both Libra and Taurus are entitled to love and money and abundance. So when both of these signs don't have that, they're going to be stealing it from other people. If you ever meet a Scorpio who right away tells you a lot of like deep, dark things about their lives, or share a lot of things about their families with you, or a lot of intimate things about who they are, I need you to know that it's a game. They're setting you up so that you can have a false sense of comfort and security. Meanwhile, all this information is fabricated, not even real information. All this is information that they don't really care about, that they're trying to make it seem like they do care about, because they want to get you comfortable enough to share more with them so you can feel safer with them, when really it was just all a game to get power in the relationship. A normal, healthy Scorpio is a closed book. Okay? You could be married to Scorpio for 30, 40 years and you're still going to discover things from Scorpio that you didn't even know were things, because these people do not like to share. They don't like being asked any questions. It's irritating. Like, why do you want to know? Why do you need to know? Why is this relevant for your life? Who sent you? Who are you working for? What do you need? Because obviously you must need this information for a reason. What is it? What do you want to do with it? Where are you trying to take it? It's like the more questions he asks, the more questions Scorpio has, and the more Scorpio is irritated. So that is a normal, healthy Scorpio. So a Scorpio that is not like that, yeah, they're on some foolishness. If you ever meet a Sagittarius who does not reveal uncomfortable things about their lives frequently, if you ever meet a Sagittarius who doesn't have a sense of humor and who doesn't know how to expose their vulnerability to the world through humor, I need you to run, because that is a deeply wounded soul that is also troubled. If that Sagittarius also happens to not be someone that travels the world, who is not well read and well acquainted with various cultures and religions around the world, that mind is also closed. So a closed-minded Sagittarius who has no sense of humor and who has a lot of shame about their lives, no baby. All they're gonna do is lie to you. That's all they can do. If you ever meet a Capricorn who does not believe in God, who does not have spirituality, who does not have faith, who is not a creative person, who's not a deep thinker, and who is not deeply rooted in their soul through that connection to the higher power, that Capricorn is a scammer. Okay, listen to me, read my lips. A scammer. This is somebody that's going to give the allure of being responsible, of being mature. Meanwhile, their ethics and sense of responsibility towards their brothers and their sisters is non-existent. The only way Capricorn becomes a balanced human being is by their soul and their heart being soft. And that comes from them turning all of the trauma that God has given them into wisdom. Because once they accept the journey, then they learn the lesson from the journey. That's when they become spiritual. That's when they become creative, because they understand all of this was God's plan. So they're not angry at the world. If you ever meet an Aquarius who doesn't have any friends, who doesn't have a strong friend circle, who doesn't have people, of like-minded people that they hang around with, that they do weird things with, like social justice things, or weird, like futuristic things, artistic things, like all sorts of off-the-cuff, out-of-the-box things, that is a deeply wounded Aquarian, because Aquarius is the sign of brotherhood in astrology. You hear me? Brotherhood. Aquarius also rules technology, social media. So what do you mean you rule social media, but you have no social circle? Make it make sense, Aquarius. That tells me that Aquarian is working their energy in the negative, where they establish themselves as being better than the people that are around them. And they do that subconsciously, so nobody wants to be around them. Or this Aquarius is self-hating, so they're not attracting people who are actually like them and who are just as weird as them, which is really what Aquarius needs, is a bunch of friends from all walks of life who are all different, but what connects them is that deep, spiritual, soulful bond. And when I use the term spiritual in the case of Aquarius, it's more like the softness of their heart, their humanity, their kindness. That's what I mean. I don't mean church. A Pisces that doesn't have faith and has replaced faith with addiction is a soul that is troubled, because Pisces is the most spiritually connected zodiac sign. So a Pisces is supposed to be somebody who is the most spiritually connected out of the entire zodiac. So all of us are supposed to look to Pisces as a spiritual guru that they are to get spiritual advice. So when that Pisces instead is engaging in behaviors that keep them from feeling and that keep them numb to their pain, behaviors that push them into a la-la land where they can avoid reality, then I know that Pisces is not running to God. And a Pisces that does not have faith is not one I would trust. When Pisces becomes Aries, a lot of time faith can look like passion, because Aries as the warrior of the zodiac is on the go. So an Aries who has no passion about life, no motivation, no drive, no goals is very dangerous. They will become chaotic and destructive.